In the year of 1773, in Boston, Massachusetts, the American colonists planned a political protest against Britain, by which they dumped 342 chests of tea imported by Britain into the harbor. I am here today to inform you about the Boston Tea Party and its significance to our history. It helped us get out of the control of King George III, and to fully understand this event and its significance, I am first going to discuss how it happened, why it happened. Second, I will discuss the specific matters that occurred during the Boston Tea Party. And lastly, I'm going to explain how it changed their future as well as ours today. First, the reason behind the taxing by Britain was because they were in debt. So they decided to tax the colonists as a way to get out of their debt. The writer Onion states in 2019 from History.com that the Stamp Act was established in 1765, which was one of the ways that they taxed the American colonists on printed paper. Another act, which was established in 1767, taxed essentials like paint, glass, and tea. The colonists did not agree with this taxation without representation, which led to the Boston Massacre, which occurred on March 5th of 1770. It began with the colonists throwing snowballs at a British soldier guarding the Austin Customs House. Colonists soon joined in by pelting British soldiers with snow, ice, and oyster shells, which was stated by Wallenfeld in 2020 from the Encyclopedia Britannica. After the Boston Massacre, the tax on paper and essentials such as glass and paint was repealed, which put the Tea Act into place, which was established in 1773. The colonists decided to boycott Britain and their tea, which led to bankruptcy. The colonists planned a protest that the British could not ignore. This protest would be later known as the Boston Tea Party, which was organized by the Sons of Liberty, with Samuel Adams as the leader. This was found by Barr in 2020 from the Encyclopedia Britannica. The Boston Tea Party occurred on December 16th, 1773. The colonists disguised themselves as Native Americans, that way they could sneak aboard the ship. They later decided to dump 342 chests of tea into the ocean, which was stated by Ruse in 2019 from History.com. This took up to 3 hours to completely dump all the chests of tea into the harbor. It was 90,000 pounds of tea, and today it would have been $1 million worth of tea. This was also stated by Onion in 2019 from History.com. The protests changed the lives of the colonists. King George III was not happy with this, as he then put into place the Coercive Acts, which would be later known as the Intolerable Acts. He required the soldiers to house British soldiers. He required the colonists to house British soldiers, which is known as the Quartering Act. And their free election was taken away from them. This led to the First Continental Gathering being convened on September 5th in 1774. The delegates met to discuss resistance to British oppression. The Boston Tea Party united the delegates, and it also set into motion the American Revolution, which is later on how we gained our freedom from Britain forever and became our own nation. Overall, the Boston Boston Tea Party was a life-changing event in America's history. Today, I discussed aspects of the Boston Tea Party, stating events leading up to it, the event. I talked about what happened during the Boston Tea Party, and finally went over the protest and its effects on us as a nation. Students all over the world learn about the Boston Tea Party and how it affected the colonists and our future as a nation. The Boston Tea Party was a big protest that changed the life of America forever.